everyone, and welcome to the Link Through Social podcast. I'm your host, Paul Wright. Well, today we have Krishna Kumar Sharma, who will talk to us about how AI is bringing robots closer to humans and why the world is moving towards sovereign AI. He is also the author of the upcoming book, Agentic Coding, The Boring Way. And then we will have Tom Malasic, and he will share details on how you get traffic to convert on your website and answer the question, does Google still matter? He is also the author of the book, They're Looking for You, Your No BS Guide to Marketing that actually makes you money. So episode 27 will start right after this brief message. But first, thank you to all that have been liking, sharing, downloading, subscribing to our Link Through Social podcast. Please keep the momentum going. We're really building this community together. We're going to take a brief break, and right after this message, we'll get started with the show.
You've worked hard to build your audience, so why send your customers somewhere else? Introducing white label digital storefronts from TicketPortX. Now you can process tickets, registrations, donations, merchandise sales, and collect valuable customer data directly on your website or custom landing page. Increase brand visibility, create a stronger connection with your customers, deliver a seamless user experience, and monetize your brand with high-converting pages powered by TicketPortX's secure hosting, payment processing, and event technology. Perfect for festivals, conventions, classes, retail storefronts, charity events, sporting events, and even free events. Manage entire event series from a single storefront and spend less money marketing multiple links and event pages. One platform, one link, endless possibilities. TicketPortX, powering your brand, your events, and your growth.
And welcome back to the Link Through Social podcast. Well, we have an amazing guest for us today. It's Krishna Kumar Sharma. And Krishna is the former head of AI engineering at Amazon and a seasoned tech leader with over 12 years of experience building large-scale AI systems. He recently left the corporate world to found Omukai, that's Omukai, a sovereign AI startup building multimodal interfaces to control robot drones and machine swarms through natural language. He is also the author of an upcoming book, Agentic Coding, The Boring Way. Today, Krishna is here to share his journey from big tech to deep tech founder and to give us an insider's look at the future of human AI interaction and robotics. Very excited for this interview today. Welcome to the show, Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much. Super excited to be in this particular call.
So before we get into things, Krishna, I briefly gave a little rundown in the intro there, but why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your experience in this industry?
Yeah. So basically, I have worked so far like my overall career of 19, 17, 18 years basically. But I'm working since 19 years overall. And last 12 years, I've been doing large scale projects. And I have worked across robotics AI, internal AI initiatives, AI related tooling, and then also work with government cloud. So like a lot of regulated environments, lot of deep tech, lot of global scaling kind of stuff. Last 5 years, I would say very deeply into AI topic itself. And before I did bit of data engineering, machine learning, data science as well. But yeah, that's how currently it is going on. And then after doing this for a long period of time and seeing that there is like this entire bubble around AI, I
Yes.
wanted to do something which actually brings some good to the society, like some real innovation, like not hype chasing, something actually moves things the way people live their lives. And that's how I came across some ideas and I started on my journey.
That's absolutely amazing. So I have so many things I want to ask you because you have some incredible experience in this industry. But First of all, let's start off. How is AI bringing robots closer to humans?
Yeah. So just to dive deep into it, Paul,
Yes.
few years ago, like before 5 years, if you want to train a robot, you have to give some instruction in a simulated environment. So
Hmm.
AI simulators exist for like more than 20 years. No, not AI, but like robotic simulators, they exist for more than 20 years. And people have been using them in one way or the other to train their robots. But the problem was that a lot of things used to be manual and a lot of like self calculations, which was going into the actual physics. Because the robots don't see the world how we can perceive. They just understand numbers. And then you have to convert the things such as the distance, the depth, the height, the width, and all these perception related items which comes from multiple different sensors like lidars, camera,
Mm,
depth perception sensors, etc., all into one, and then somehow tell robot, hey, this is how you actually walk and talk and do other stuff, right?
yes.
And the way we currently do reinforcement learning with AI, that you provide data and then AI learn automatically, you can actually do it now with robots as well. So you can apply reinforcement learning to how robots interact with physical world, and the way you can train 100 AI models in parallel, you can
Hmm.
actually run 100 different reinforcement learning pipelines in parallel with the robots. And then this ensures that you are able to train at like unimaginable speed compared to what we were able to do before. And if you will see in last 2 3 years, there has been lot of open source AI models coming in terms of physical AI. And
Yes.
that's how like just copying the same concepts how we train AI using them in the robotics. Now we are able to teach robots how to actually perceive reality in a much faster way.
Absolutely fascinating. I just can't I just can't believe the strides we've reached over the last few years. Um, why is the world moving towards sovereign AI? What's
Yeah.
your view on this?
Yeah. So basically, for the viewers, so I founded company called Omokai. So here,
Yes.
Omokai is a sovereign AI company. So here, what we will with sovereign is that your AI is not controlled by any other country's regulation. Example, tomorrow, if US is building some tech, US can tell the US companies that, hey, do not sell your tech to this XYZ country
Yes.
because of XYZ reason. So across the world, there is this push that you want to build your own independent AI, which cannot be, or even products in general, which cannot be controlled by any other country. So you
Hmm.
own it end to end without any interruption. And that's why I'm trying to build sovereign AI
Hmm.
focused on Europe basically. But I also have a lot of connections in India. So at this point, like it is primarily for EU and India what we are building.
Interesting, interesting. So it's almost like when the emergence of cryptocurrency years ago, the original idea of having crypto was it wasn't controlled by one government or one thing. So now we're evolving, and AI is obviously the hot topic. And tell us some more about your website because I'm sure because I'm very fascinated. I'm sure our viewers and listeners are as well. Um, what do you have in store for us in the immediate future? Because this is moving so fast, but
Yeah.
in the we'll say the next 6 months to 1 year, what is on the plate for your company?
Yeah. So I'm basically a Japan nerd. I have been watching anime before animes were actually cool.
Yeah.
And now they got like super cool. But when I was a kid, I used to be looked down upon, right? But coming back to the topic, I was talking about Japan and anime because the word omoka actually comes from two different Japanese words. So
Ah.
first is omo. Omo means thought, intent,
Hmm.
and then kai means action. So the company means that from intent to action. This is exactly what Omoka is trying to do. That instead of using any controller or any interface to get robots to stuff, You can
Yes.
just speak to a robot or a drone or any machine with some intelligence. They will understand your intent, your thoughts, and then the and do the action autonomously,
Hmm.
just just because you said so, right? So the way you're speaking to me, imagine
Yes.
you can just speak to a robot and then they do whatever you want. Like, it
Right.
makes the interaction, like, so much smoother and so much fluid. And this is the problem which we are currently solving. In our case, we already have built an interface that you can use. You can command multiple different kind of robots and a drone all by a single interface. You can give them different tasks and they will
Hmm.
understand what you want to do and they will do it. And now we are converting from same to real, like how it will also work in the real life. I think that in 6 months robotics will have taken multiple jumps already. Example, in China now we have these real robots which interact like your companions. They can see and
Oh,
sense around 21 emotions already.
oh
They
boy.
are not up for selling, but they will be up for selling soon. I'm also
Yes.
like bit more worried when I see all these things, because if you see, like, since social media, right, like the human relations has been so complicated and so
Mm-hmm.
distant, and imagine now you have just a robot girlfriend and boyfriend,
Yeah.
so like fuck everyone up, like, I'm going with them.
Yeah. I, you know, I'm 55 years old, and I never thought we would reach this point that we are right now. And it's changing every day. My God, it's exciting but scary as well at the same
Yeah,
time. And I think, in the coming months and in the next few years, it's all gonna have to be about education, because there are fear mongers out there. There's fear mongers for everything that comes
yeah,
that is new and that's exciting. There's always going to be those fear mongers, and because of the strength of social media and how people can get the word out so quickly to so many people, um, education is going to be key to letting people know of the advancements, but also that these advancements can bring so much good. And there are going to be some negative aspects as well, and we have to educate people about that. That's what I think the most important thing is in this whole scheme of things when it comes to AI and the advancements of AI. Now, um, how to make a dumb robot drone smarter. I was reading your bio. I'm very curious to know what you have to say about this.
yeah. So basically what we are building is an physical AI operating system. We are using AI itself to do a lot of intent to action conversions. Then we are using these multiple operating systems which already exist for robots and drones. We are like combining them all together, creating our own sophisticated orchestrations around them, and that's how we are trying to solve this particular problem. Another thing what we are doing is that, of course, this is a very big field, right? Like, you can use this speech
Yes.
to intent for anything, from being a girlfriend to, I don't know, whatever else you want to accomplish. So we are focusing on security and inspection kind of use cases which
Oh,
actually immediately help people. Example, I'm not sure like if you're aware or people are aware that currently in the world, especially in the Western and educated world, like, we have this population decline happening, but the critical infrastructure is like increasing. Like, we have now nuclear power
yes.
plants, we have like ports, we have warehouses manufacturing goods and all, but there are not enough people who can actually secure this critical
Yes.
infrastructure.
Yeah.
And then what you can do to solve this particular problem, because imagine someone just goes and vandalizes a power plant or a
Hmm.
port, then your entire city's electricity is disrupted. Currently in Iran, if you, as we see, like, in the Strait of Hormuz, there are these mines like which are blowing up the supply chain
Yes.
currently, which is impacting all of us. But imagine that instead of like us humans, we can just send hundreds and thousands of robots or drones or
Hmm.
water
Yes.
drones, and then they go and identify, these mines automatically in the water and they destroy it, right?
Oh,
In
yes,
terms of
yeah.
electricity power plants, you can just have, instead of humans, robot dogs or drones securing the perimeter, and they keep an eye on something suspicious, someone who should not be there jumping in, and then they can go and try to take an action or alert the
Mhm.
actual security guard or police, right? So it
Yes.
scales the security and inspection use cases massively. We are like working with currently with one Japanese company, like one of the top drone companies in Japan, and their use case is that they want to, um, as you know, like Japan is a country made of many islands,
Hmm.
and if something is happening in some remote island, like you cannot send a human to go and check it, right? There has to be some faster way to do it. So there they
Right.
use these long range drones which can travel like 50 kilometers, 150
Hmm.
kilometers, and inspect the area and see if something is going wrong or some person needs help and then come back. There are like many such use cases in real world where you require some intelligent system for drones and robots, and this is the use cases we are focusing on.
Hmm.
And I was speaking about use case in details because, like going back to my previous statement, like we want to do something which actually make worlds a better place, and
Yes.
that's why we are focusing more on not robot girlfriends, but something which is really useful.
Sure. Absolutely. And you mentioned something just now. You said that these drones will, inspect the perimeters and get to places that humans can't. So they're not replacing humans. They're just making things more productive, less chance for human error. And then of course it's still going to report back to the humans to take the next steps or whatever. So that's the key. It's not replacing. It's making the humans more efficient and potentially more safe as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are focusing more on scaling the operations, like how we can
Yes.
scale things as much as possible. And even in our website, some place I have written about our mission that we want to not think about replacing people, but making things more scalable and easier for everyone, right? So I think you are 100% correct there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Now we have to unfortunately wrap things up, Krishna, and I'd love to have you on the show again. By the way, that you're a fascinating guest. You have an upcoming book, Agentic Coding: The Boring Way. Just tell us a little bit about that and when you expect that to be released.
Yeah. So in Amazon, when I was leading this large scale AI initiatives, we were also doing a lot of AI enabled coding. And I realized that the way any software development organization operates, we should also use AI the same way. Example, a senior architect creating like some sort of plan with a product manager, and then this plan getting divided into small tasks, and then this small task getting picked up by a person, getting worked on, and then someone else reviewing it, etc., etc. Right? So basically, the book agentic coding the boring way goes away from all the notions you hear about, like token maxing or loop engineering or whatever, like using hundreds of agents, because all these things are only making the frontier labs richer. The more tokens
Mhm.
you vest, the more money they make, right? Like
Yes.
how it is actually helpful to you. So this book is focused on why and how you should be using AI responsibly, and how you can make ROI maxing and not token maxing using AI.
Yes.
And I'm also giving a lecture on this same topic at UC Berkeley at at a conference. I'm attending them at end of July, basically. And after this session, I plan to release the book sometime in August.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, your main website is omokai.com. That's OMOKAI.com. And
Yeah.
for those listening and watching, I will provide the link to the wait list for Krishna's book, and we'll provide that in the description as well, and of course on all our social media links. Well, this has been a fascinating conversation. You're an amazing guest, Krishna Kumar Sharma. Thank you for being here. And I would like to personally invite you on the show after the book is released and we can continue this conversation because within a few months, I'm sure things will be rapidly changing. So it would be wonderful to have you on again.
Yeah, thank you so much, Paul. It was an honor and pleasure being here, and thank you so much for the interesting interactive discussion.
Okay, that's Krishna Kumar Sharma. And the Link Through Social podcast will be back right after this short message.
Tired of stressing over what to post on social media? Meet Smart Post App, your all-in-one solution to create, schedule, and grow your content effortlessly. In just a few taps, you can generate engaging posts, stay consistent, and keep your audience coming back for more. No more guessing, no more burnout, just smarter content faster. Whether you're a business owner, creator, or entrepreneur, SmartPost offers both premium and pro plans. In addition, we have new features that have been recently added that include instantly viewing public links to your posts on any network, weekly view allowing you to plan hour by hour, account groups group your accounts to save time and simplify your workflow, and a desktop version which offers a simpler way to stay consistent. Start posting smarter today at smartpostapp.com. Smart Post App, because your content should work for you.
And welcome back to the Link Through Social podcast. We have a wonderful guest today, Tom Malisic, and he's from easymarketing.com. Tom has been helping small business owners grow and run a better business for 30 years. He is he helps with marketing, business consulting, and is the author of 4 books. Most recently, They're Looking for You, your no BS guide to marketing that actually makes you money. Um, I love the title, and I'd like to welcome you
You.
to the show, Tom. Welcome to the Link Through Social podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is that was my fourth book, and I finally said, let's just really dumb it down and make sure people really understand the fundamentals. And I think sometimes marketing just people complicate it, and it doesn't have to be.
Yes, exactly. So before we get started, Tom, maybe you could just give us a brief synopsis of your history, how you got into marketing, 30 years in the business.
I know.
Um, Trying to condense that down to a few minutes,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you
Here,
can.
like, can you do that in 3 sentences or less? Yeah, I'm predominantly I'm a sales guy. So I started out selling Kirby vacuum cleaners door to door. And so then a friend of mine was talking about his website business that he was starting. I had no idea what the heck that was because that was 1996.
Yes,
And
yeah.
I just learned how to build websites and then start opening up my own agency doing it. And now we do everything digital we do now. So yeah, it's been quite a journey from AOL, you've got mail to AI, right? It's
Yeah, AI is
we're
here.
yeah,
So
we're kind of at
your
that
webs
inflection point.
your website is easy, like the letters EZ, marketing.com.
You got it.
And I encourage everyone to go to your website and check out the different services that you offer. Um, so, Tom, let's get started. I have some questions for you, and I'm curious to get some feedback from you.
Yeah.
First of all, how do you get traffic to convert on your website?
Yeah, so a lot of websites just aren't structured to convert. So there are a couple things that are just core fundamental things, and they mostly occur in the navigation. So frequently what people do is one, they waste the space and they put the word home. Everybody knows the logo's home. You no longer need to do that. So because we read from left to right, the most valuable spots are the first word and the last word. So because that's where your eye stops. So what we always encourage people to do is have like what do you really want them to do? So a lot of people put contact us as the last word. Well,
Yeah.
that's not really what you want, right? So I don't care if it's get a quote, schedule a meeting, book a consultation, like whatever it is, that needs to be the last word and needs to be a button, right? A
Hmm.
button that's a different color. So whatever your accent color is, that's your button color.
Yes.
Um, and then I want your phone number right above it
Right. So,
because that's what people are like. They go there and they say, "Well, how do I reach you?" And if they can't find that immediately, you've lost them. So those are my like if you just fix that, you'll see an improvement.
absolutely. Yeah. No, that's a great point because you literally only have a couple of seconds to catch them once they've visited your site. You did a
Yeah,
lot of work to try to get them to your website, so you can't waste that opportunity, right?
exactly. And then my other tip, Paul, is that people need to know exactly what you do and the problem you solve immediately. Like people want to talk in fluff or brochure language, and if if I don't know what you do, I'm gonna hit the back button. I'm gonna go someplace else, right? Because Google search has even changed. Now they're really looking for what you do when they get there, right? Because ChatGPT took care of all just the general information questions or the AI overview, took care of all that. They're not going to your site for general stuff anymore. So
No,
when they get there, they're probably more qualified.
exactly. So you brought up ChatGPT and Google in the same breath there. Google, it was all about Google, being found on
Yeah.
Google. SEO, make sure that you're found, you're in the top five rankings in Google. Now, with the emergence of AI, people are doing their research and trying to find different types of businesses through using AI. So, does
Yeah.
Google matter anymore, the Google rankings, or has it just shifted?
Yeah, Google 100% matters. It's just different now, right? So the same things that worked before still work, but what's happening is now we need to do new, different things so that we show up on ChatGPT or we show up in the AI overviews, right? So now it's an added tactic, which is just a shift in tactic, and it's not like it's radically different. So I'm always perplexed by the people who are like, "Oh my gosh, Google's dead." Like Google's not dead. Like what, like
No,
do you not look at your Google Analytics? I don't understand.
that's right.
Or your lead source conversion? Like it's not dead.
No, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
So let's keep on the topic of Google's. Um, a lot of people are worried about where they rank on Google Maps. And
Yeah.
how can they get ranked high up on Google Maps? Because if they're looking for a specific type of business in a specific area, you obviously on the Google Maps you want to be on the top. What can businesses do to rank in Google Maps?
Yeah, there are a few things. One, like make sure your profile is filled out completely. So Google adds new stuff in periodically to the profile, and if you're not paying attention to it, like please like fill in every single detail. Then, make sure you have photos in there. Use the posts almost like it's social media posts. Definitely do that. But I'm gonna say one of the biggest things you can do is Google reviews. Um, uh, Across the board. Those Google reviews impact so many different areas.
Yes,
So and they're hard to get, right? Because
sure.
when you want to give reviews, when you're mad, not when you're happy. So we need
Yes.
to incentivize or help people want to give that review. So
Yeah, good point. Like if you have a point of sale business, it's always good to have like a QR code right at the sales desk, and
exactly.
you can encourage them to do that, or maybe even, and like you said, an incentive, give them an extra 5% off or 10% off or something,
Yeah,
just to get
exactly.
those reviews, because reviews are very important.
Yeah,
And you're right, a lot of people just react when, oh, I didn't like this restaurant, I'm
yeah,
going to complain about it and start
yeah,
typing it in. But I'm in this type of business, so I go out of my way if I enjoy something to let them know that I enjoyed it and put it out there on Google so other people can see it. But not
yeah.
everyone has that same mindset, unfortunately.
Almost no one does. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. So
for sure. So,
human nature, we're very
it,
fascinating creatures.
We certainly are, and on social media, it's just a different breed altogether.
Yeah. Oh man, is it
Yeah.
ever?
So,
Yeah.
are is Easy Marketing? Are you very involved with social media as far as doing social media management as well, or
Yeah.
you're strictly in the kind of the marketing web genre?
Yeah, we probably do more social ad management than just post management. But yeah, it's amazing how effective social ads are. If you can really define that audience and create a really nice video and message and drive them to a landing page and then drip on them and have a sequence. It's complicated to get the result, but very valuable. There are definitely some industries that it's just mind-boggling how effective social ads are.
Absolutely. So a business, say they've decided to do it on their own. They've done a few Instagram or Facebook ads, and they think, okay, we've narrowed it down to a certain type of audience, certain likes that the person that they're trying to attract might have, or in a geographic area. And then they get a lot of clicks, they get a lot of visits, but no conversions. What advice would you give them in this type of case?
Yeah, well, there's something wrong in the steps, right?
Yeah.
So we have to go back and look at each piece and say, is this the right audience we're going after? Is this the right message? Do we need a different offer? Do we need to add video to it? Or are we getting lots of clicks over the page, but it's not converting? Why isn't it converting?
Yeah.
So I think we need to look at that. Sometimes spam influences things in an inappropriate way, or like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm getting all this. It's like, well, you're not really getting that. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's really breaking down the individual pieces and looking at where are our conversion points, where did our message miss, and sometimes it's just maybe it's not the right, it might not be the right tactic,
Hmm.
um, and that's okay too, right?
Of course.
Not all tactics are effective for every industry.
So, switching back to the AI at Easy Marketing, how is your company using AI to streamline your own business and then passing that along to your clientele as well?
Yeah, how aren't we using AI? Is maybe is a better question.
Yeah.
Going back to the aren't people fascinating thing, right? So, we first started to use AI, I don't know, 3 years ago, more on the content side,
Yes.
right? And it took a while for the team to really embrace that this wasn't an affront to their craft, and really move in the direction of instead of being the writer, you're the editor, and we're really able to take our time uh, in massive reduction over the last couple years. One of the ways that we do that is we use a universal platform that we actually resell that allows us access to about 70 of the AI models. So we don't have to have separate company accounts for Claude or ChatGPT or
Yes.
whatever, right? And then we build an agent for every client that we have. So we want to learn everything about that client and put all those details in there so that when we write for that client, whether it's ads, headlines, long form content, that we're writing in that voice. So we've been able to reduce our back and forth with clients as well. So in other words, what we're showing the client, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good." Before they were like, "Can you change this? Can you change this?" Right? Because you have different writers and they don't know,
Sure.
like they don't know everything. But now that I can get my agent to know everything,
Yes.
now I'm just prompting and saying, "Write about X."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's been great. We're using it for web development, for code snippets, building full websites in AI is something that we've really we're getting into now. It's been we use it in the sales process. Show me your top competitors. What do they have that you don't have? Compare this. Why isn't this site ranking in AI? Doing audits like it's almost like, well, what am I not using AI for?
Of course.
It's the first thing we do is don't ask another team member, ask AI, and then
Yes.
if you don't get it, then go ask a human, Why are we wasting everybody's time with your dumb questions?
That's
Like,
right.
oh, they're not dumb, but you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying. It's a very exciting time for our type of business. isn't it? It's just it's the Wild West,
All
uh, un,
businesses.
un, un, untraveled territory, and it's just moving at such a rapid pace. It's just
Oh,
unbelievable how AI is.
well, and think of how it's going to impact all businesses. So, I own a IT company as well, like IT support. And one of the things in that industry is really looking at how do we help clients overall just run better businesses, right? So if we can take all your different data sources and we can have a centralized, essentially ChatGPT that can query these things, well, now your manufacturing process and your accounting process can now talk together, and they could never do that before, right? So it's mind-boggling what how AI is going to change our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about AI video clones.
Love it. Love it.
Well, so do I. I really do. I'm curious to know your thoughts on.
Yeah. Have you cloned yourself yet?
I have not actually.
Oh,
It's a
Paul.
pri. I
We need
know.
AI Paul.
I'm falling behind already. I
Yeah.
plans of doing it and then getting sidetracked, but it's definitely on my bucket list in the next few weeks.
It's
Tell
so
tell me what
simple.
you think about this AI.
So it used to be hard. So we've been probably doing AI video clones for 3.5 years maybe. And at the beginning, man, they were bad, but they were good. Like at the time, you're like, oh my gosh, look at this. I was so excited. I'm showing my wife, and she's like, that doesn't even look like you. I'm like, yes, it does. It's amazing. She's like, what's wrong with you? And now it's kind of hard to tell the difference. So it looks like me, it sounds like me, it moves like me. It's moved from it used to just be animate your mouth. So whatever hand gestures, head gestures you did in the original base video is what you did all the time, right? So I couldn't wave my hand, I couldn't point, but now it takes the base footage and it learns your movements. So it matches what you're saying and it creates movements. I can change the background, I can change my shirt all through AI, and before I could never do that. So I'm going to say that in 6 months, it's going to be exponentially better than it is right now. Um, so every single thing, pretty much, you go to our YouTube channel. It's not me. It's all AI me.
Yeah. So we just have a couple minutes left, Tom. Why don't you just go through a little bit of services that you do carry at easymarketing.com. That's ezmarketing.com. Just share that with our viewers and listeners.
Uh, sure. So our core services are website development, SEO, Google Ads, right? Those are the three things that we do the most of because those are the foundational pieces. Like if you don't have that right, it's kind of hard to get all the other stuff to work, right? So
Yes.
then, after we've kind of mastered that for you, then we're going to move into social, email, geofencing, programmatic display, all the other digital products. So we are just straight digital. If you need a brochure, we're not your guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Tom, I really appreciate the time, and I encourage everyone to visit easymarketing.com. Wish you the best, and hopefully we can potentially have you on the show again later in the year or next year as things evolve even quicker.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
Introducing TicketPortX multi-day events. Hosting a festival, seminar, conference, tournament, or event series. No more manually sending tickets 24 hours later. No more scrambling to issue comps and catch up with attendees. With TicketPortX, everything happens in real time. Sell tickets for multiple events on one page. Create ticket packages across different dates. Manage entire event series from a single storefront. And spend less money marketing multiple links and event pages. One platform, one link, endless possibilities. TicketPortX, powering your brand, your events, and your growth.